Good morning. Welcome to exposure therapy. I must be getting close. And it's starting to get a lot more light. Everything is really nice and green because it's been raining. And it's fall. So everything was really dry this summer, so a lot of this nice mossy forest weren't exactly eye-catching when you went in to photograph them, but from what I've been experiencing, it's a lot nicer now. It has been raining in the fall. I think stuff has been growing too, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of like maple trees this far into the forest, so not the best spot for fall color, as I'm finding out a little late. But it looks to be like some fog. I was hoping for some fog because I missed, because it would definitely add an extra dimension to a waterfall. But it wasn't as cold as I thought overnight. But where the water is, it might be making some mist. And the water is getting louder, so I think we're almost there. Yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. But how do you get a picture of this? That's the problem. This waterfall is really hard to take any shot. Isn't pretty like the obvious shot. I'd like to get one with these leaves here, but I'm not sure how that would work.
In the end, I took the obvious shot.
So yeah, I've given up on the waterfall already. It's just a bunch of mist. It's one of those waterfalls where it's nice, but like you're basically confined by the bridge and the fence. And that's not what I like about waterfalls. I like being able to move around. Usually I don't go anywhere near the waterfall. I go down the creek and try and do it that way. So these ones, it's just it's all about wiping off your lens. Not fun. So I'm going down this other trail where it said there was a waterfall on the Gaia GPS, so I'm gonna see if I can find anything. But the forest is looking pretty nice, actually. So that's the other waterfall. Nice, but looks insanely dangerous to try and even get close to any real shot. Basically down in a canyon. Alright, so I found a way better waterfall on this side. I just have to cross this terrifying bridge. This is way more my style. I need to figure out how to get down there. So I'm basically just looking for different compositions, trying to get these ferns and some nice little leaves in there. Basically looking for any interesting foreground. In this house it gets windy and that stuff's moving. I'm about ISO 400 right now, just because you get more texture in the water. You don't want to go too hot on the shutter speed or too low, whatever you would say, because then it just like gets all the detail out, and it looks really nice at about like 0.6 of a second to a second. Looks way nicer than say 4 seconds, I think. So I found a little pool with these bubbles, white stuff, starts swirling around in a circle. You can do longer exposure so you can get that nice, smooth, twisting water motion on your pictures. So I'm gonna try, I don't know if I like this composition, but I'm gonna go lower, get this bubbly stuff with the waterfall and the green. You can kind of see it there, not so great.
While I managed to capture the swirling water, the main waterfall was just a tad shy of being impressive enough to hold the scene together. Beaver Creek Falls are just off the highway between Forks and Callum. I always make a short stop to these falls. The water level makes a big difference of where you can actually take pictures from. On this occasion, the water was too high to get close to the falls, so I chose to frame the falls between these two trees. The first tree you can see has some fungi growing in the top right corner. I had to focus stack to get that and everything else in focus.
I am on the Hoh Rainforest Trail. It's quite a ways off the highway, just after Forks. Instead of going to the state park, you turn left up and you go up a hill and you follow until it gets like a pretty rough road. But I came here last year. The forest here is probably not as nice as the Hoh Rainforest, but there's also like nobody around usually. And at that time it was pretty dried out. But right now it is looking really nice. On the way in, I actually stopped for some pictures. There's just like crazy amounts of color right now. I didn't miss all of the fall colors, at least. Some elk just in the parking lot. It is 7:20 in the morning. I just drove for an hour to get here. I'm at the Hoh Rainforest in Olympic National Park, and there's actually some mist, so this might be really good for some forest photography. So I'm on the Hall of Mosses trail, and it's kind of underwhelming. I think this place has become a victim of too many people, and now everything's fenced off, and then, like, all the understory doesn't look, it's not that exciting. It's kind of barren, and also I think I'm couple weeks late for here because all the leaves they've lost their color for the most part. They're soggy. On the drive in there looked like there was a lot more interesting stuff I should have stopped at. I wanted to come here first. I'll walk through the whole trail, but it doesn't look that good.
Despite my overly negative sentiments, I did find some lovely compositions.
So as I'm coming back down the trail, there's like a whole bunch of elk that are just walking up the trail. So I might as well see if I can get some shots of those elk with my zoomies. There's one in the water. Oh shit. Shouldn't have been talking. Can you hear them?
I'm not going to do a standout with you.
Was pretty cool. I've never been that close to a herd of elk before where you had to get off of the trail so they could pass. And it was really cute to hear the little baby talking to his mom. His mom, who is also, seems like pregnant, and she was just straight up in that little pool eating the what that vegetation was. And now I'm just leaving my campsite. Pretty sure I'm just gonna go back to Canada. Looks like it's just gonna be gross for the next couple of days, and I don't feel like sticking around. So I'm going to Vancouver Island next. Hopefully I'll have some footage. If you enjoyed this video at all, please subscribe or like or let me know what you did or didn't like. These are all sort of new for me, so I'm only going to get